didn't see you there. Welcome to Inside Look. My name is Nick Vanderity, and I'll be your host today. Today we'll be analyzing the story of Kendall Cook, your average, hard-working American student. An American student who went through some deep turmoils that are reading a very offensive article. Here, come with me. Hello and welcome to the show, Kendall.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. May you please tell me about the events that changed your life?
Sure. I came home from school one day and I had a copy of the school newspaper. So, I sat down, finished all my homework. I figured I'd read some of the editorials.
Yeah.
They're usually pretty good.
Yeah.
So I opened it up and I really never saw what came next. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Just,
You read the article and...
I read the article and my life really just been downhill since then.
We have a clip.
Okay,
For the viewers.
Let's show the clip.
Let's show the clip.
Melting pot. Citizenship. Officers.
What? Wow, that really was some amazing footage. I can't believe something like that could actually happen.
Yeah.
Can you please explain to me what led such an extreme reaction?
Oh, sure. There are a few things that offended me
Yeah.
in this article. I actually made a list of them,
Oh, that's perfect.
so I wouldn't forget anything.
Perfect.
The first one, I was reading it. I was pretty much agreeing with, the first paragraph.
Very.
I was like, it's making a good point, but I'd like to see why they think this way.
Yeah.
So the first thing, I got to the reasons, and I couldn't believe what they were saying. It was the first one that offended me was it said that geeks were like Canadians, and it said like all geeks were liked and they did homework for people.
No.
But I had never heard of any geek doing homework for anyone else, and I don't really think geeks are universally liked or disliked.
Very true.
It's kind of on a basis of the individual geek.
Exactly.
So that's what hit me hardest at first.
Yeah, because...
But then I thought that was bad, but then after that, it just got worse.
Wow.
That's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
So number 2 was, it said that popular kids were like French people or British people.
French people.
Because,
Or British people.
yeah, French people suck.
Exactly.
And then it said, they always pass.
I got some...
Yeah.
Some of the popular kids, I've seen them drop out.
They drop.
Very true.
And it said that they're perfect and that they're the prized possessions of the school.
Wow. How does that make you feel?
I was actually angry.
Very.
Because, just the notion that someone could always pass, that bugs me.
No, school is
And-
difficult. Hard work. You're hardworking.
I'm a hardworking person, and I don't always pass.
That's very true.
But the fact that some people think that they can just pass,
Just because they're popular?
yeah, that ain't...
Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
How could somebody write that?
I don't understand.
Continue.
Then, it just got even worse. Number 3, it tried to compare gangbangers and screw-ups to Middle Eastern people.
Wow.
Yeah. Said,
Well, a man of yourself with such a Middle Eastern background,
Yeah, well,
how could you let that pass?
well, I'm sure you know that my grandfather
Yeah.
was 1% Middle Eastern.
1%.
1%.
Of the Middle East.
Yeah, actually 1% of everyone in the Middle East is related to my grandfather.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And there's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people. 1%
So that's-
is still a big amount.
It's you wouldn't think it, but it's true.
Okay, continue.
And it said that, they were just all Middle Eastern people because everyone was afraid of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really agree because the Middle Eastern countries have a role in global politics that is different than the role of screw-ups in a high school.
Very, very much so.
They play a pretty big role in global politics.
Mm-hmm.
And gangbangers,
And screw-ups?
they don't do much.
Not very much.
They
It's a very different situation.
It's different. You understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And that, that at this point,
It's on the decline.
it was just like, It wasn't even declining. It was just a clip.
It was just a clip.
It was just
Direct
going
fall.
on.
Okay.
And then this last point was kind of just like spikes at the bottom of that clip. It was like I was already gonna die.
Yeah, but
and they just added something else. I was like,
what a brilliant analogy.
yeah. So that last one that I was talking about, the spikes, if you will.
Spikes.
It was offensive to me to compare teachers to Nazis. Yes, they tried to compare teachers to Nazis.
Explain this to me.
They said something along the lines of teachers. There were certain teachers who only wanted people who were normal, you know, like sports players, football players, cheerleaders, stuff like that, to succeed.
Oh, wow.
And they wanted everyone else to fail.
Kind of like a fear of what's abnormal?
Yes, exactly. But this wasn't even necessarily what, I mean, this isn't what teachers do.
No.
I've never met any teacher who does that. And also, Nazis were just horrible. They were extremists, to say the least.
Oh.
And I think even the worst teacher I've ever had is not an extremist.
No. And, I mean, the Nazis, is a political party responsible for the death of over 6 million Jews. How could you compare that to that of a teacher?
Exactly. Teachers cannot kill 6 million people. Yeah.
Sorry for such a terrible, strike right in your heart.
It was just...
Oh, it must have been devastating.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the clip.
I saw the clip. Let's play the clip again.
Let's play it again.
Let's play it again.
There we go. Ah, melting pot. Citizenship. Officers.
What? What an amazing clip. Even the parts in slow motion.
Yeah.
Did you have to really doctor?
Actually, I did. It was...
Pressing charges, or are you...
I'm
covered by insurance?
I'm actually talking to my lawyer right now about pressing... I mean, I was in the ER alone for 2 days.
Oh.
And then I actually had to go to the operating room.
Oh.
But that was actually unrelated.
Unrelated.
I was planning on going there.
Anyway,
I'll get into that.
You have surgery to get done.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But then after that, I was in the hospital itself, not the ER, because it wasn't an emergency.
Yeah.
But I was in there for a good 2 weeks. And that wasn't related to the surgery.
Not related at all.
That was pretty much 100%
completely unrelated.
Unrelated. It was like, I should have spent a day for the surgery. But I spent it was horrible. I mean, I didn't even have that many sick days for my job.
Wow.
I ran a high risk of being fired.
Yeah. What an amazing, heartbreaking story. We're out of time, but thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. I always want to share my story.
Yeah, it's perfect. I'll walk you up.